Yo, what's going on, guys? Chris Barnard here, Overtime Athletes. It's the beginning of the off season for my baseball guys, and with that being said, I want to share with you guys some of the things that I'm going through right now with them. And what I wanted to direct this video at was more of shoulder stabilization exercises, right? How are we going to, one, repair some of the damage that was done from that repetitive motion of throwing, but also create stability so that we can then keep, essentially try to promote longevity within the shoulder, create stability within the shoulder so there's no injury, and have the athlete or the baseball athlete continuously being able to throw in a healthy manner, restore function, right? If you think about your scapula, right, your shoulder blades, if you think right here, the main thing that we're trying to achieve is, baseball players with the repetitive motion of throwing and throwing and throwing, you see a lot of internal rotation, of the rotator cuff. You see that scap start to kind of shift this way. And what we want to do is retract it, do a lot of retraction exercise and a lot of isometric, holds that strengthen and promote in that area. Mobilizations on another end, which we'll address on another video. These exercises will be more directed towards that retraction of the scap and be able to promote and restore function. And especially in the beginning of the off season when they lay off a lot of the throwing, a lot of the hitting, and we're just trying to strengthen it so that we can produce better overall quality movement. And then when they actually get into throwing, they're actually coming from a better position and better anatomical position, and just a overall better body so that they're, we like to use the term prehab so that we don't have rehab, right? It's prehabilitation so that we can basically reduce the amount or the chances of injury. So to get into these, and let me say something. If you're somebody who's experiencing pain, I just want you guys to know when it comes to me, I'm more along the performance lines. I work with people who are specialists in these things. So if I have a baseball player that's experiencing pain, especially if they're at an extremely high level, you got to understand how much is associated. I have no problem with letting them know it's out of my scope and having them be addressed by somebody who looks a little bit closer, who has different experience and is a specialist in that. But if we're just talking a normal healthy baseball player, these are some of the exercises we use. So let's get right into it. First one that I love, and these are in no particular order, is going to be the wall slide. Typically in the beginning of off season, I have them utilize their feet have their feet come off the wall. From here, I want 5 points of contact, 1 being the lower back, 2 being the shoulder, 3 being the elbow, 4 being the back of the hand, and 5 being the back of the neck. And even just maintaining this position right here, all 5 points will be tough for them. You'll usually see like one thing kind of trying to fall off. What we want to do from this position, have them slide their hands up the wall as far as they possibly can. This also acts as an assessment for me to see where it is that there might have some muscular imbalances. I'll have them slide their hands up and down the wall for a series of reps. Right now we're doing like 5 reps with 5 seconds up, 5 seconds down to their range. And as we continue to do this and as we continue to mobilize, we'll see this improve. I'll have them stand a little straighter, a little bit closer to the wall with their feet, maintain lower back, boom, come up, come down. So that's the first one, wall slides. Second one we can go down to the ground. Second one that I like will be a more of, again, strengthening and retraction of the scap. We'll call it what we call prone Blackburns. Now you could do this 2 ways. You could do this with a dowel rod, which I'm starting off with right now. You could do this with no dowel rod. But for right now, what I'm doing just to guide their arms is simply placing a dowel rod here. I'm having them come from a prone position, neutral spine with chin tucked. I'm having them raise their elbow or their thumbs as high as they can, driving their elbows down to their rib cage, coming straight back up. They could do it with the dowel rod. They could do it with their hands. Like I said, they can also do it with weights. So same thing. That's something that we can progress to. Boom, just like that. Another one that we can do with weights that I love was what we call prone swimmers. Now I use this as a mobilization and an activation exercise or stabilization exercise. From here, what you're gonna do lying in this position, you're gonna come thumbs up, neutral spine, chin tucked, come all the way around, long and wide, touch above your butt, then come all the way back, and then come down. Simple as that. You could do that with weights in your hands. From here, I can go bands. We can go a series of exercises where I go pronated band pull aparts, just grabbing the band here, pulling the scapula back and retracting it together, just like that. We can go from a supinated or externally rotated position, boom, just like this. Doing the same thing, really emphasizing on the scap, retracting and pulling back together. Another one that I like to do a series with the bands is external rotation. Like I said, there's so much internal rotation. We just want to restore and bring balance. So things that I'll do for external rotation, I'll have them step in, come 90 degrees at the armpit, 90 degrees at the elbow, drive back, just like that. Another way to do external rotation is fixate their elbows right to their side, grab the band directly out, 90 degrees at the elbow, and from here, drive the thumbs out, externally rotating, just hitting it from a different head. Good, just like that. Another one we can do with the bands, we'll come over here to a rack. Face pull, this is going back to scapular retraction, where I'm coming here, driving the elbows back, drawing the band to the bridge of the nose, driving my scap together. Boom, boom. And the last one I'll touch on is just gonna be the Cuban press. You could do this with an extremely light weight. I typically recommend a really light weight when you're first starting off. You can do this from a seated position or standing, but basically all you're gonna do is essentially drive the elbows up, externally rotate, press up, externally rotate, press up, externally rotate, press up. You can do this on an incline. You can do other series of exercises like the Blackburns, the plate presses, the prone swimmers, ITYs. These are all things that are gonna, again, promote that scap to be able to create stability within that region, restore function to basically get back to balance since they've been throwing so much. And what you'll see is better quality movement and better throwing when they start to throw again. So I just rattled off a series of maybe 6 or 7 exercises for you guys to try out, but I want you guys to realize what we're trying to accomplish and a couple exercises that will support you in doing that if you're a baseball player. I hope that helps, and I'll holler at you guys next time.